Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to Popternative. This is the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions, the worlds of music, TV, film, everything really depending on the guest talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. My guest is an artist from Stockholm, Sweden. ILY is with us. ILY, welcome to Popternative.
Thank you so much. Hi.
I'm excited to chat with you. I mean, when we listen to your music, one of the things that I think the audience is really enjoying about your music is there is a lot going on. You have the kind of the pop aspect of it, the electronic aspect of it, the 80s influence. Was that your plan, do you think, to kind of blend a lot of different genres in your music, ILY?
Yes, definitely. Like the 80s always been this like huge inspiration for me. And then we have like a little bit of Scandinavian electro pop that I was like growing up to, like Robin and who is my big idol. And then just the dance scene is very fun to experiment with as well. So I love the mix.
Absolutely. When did you notice that when you were kind of mixing these sounds, whether you were in the studio or whether you were like listening to the playback, when did you notice that that was something that was working for you as an artist, kind of blending the 80s and the dance aspect of it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I just made these songs are a little bit what I want to listen to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I found that this is something I want to hear. So we're blending this up, and I think that became like a little bit of the sound for me.
Absolutely. Now, you are an artist from Stockholm, Sweden. You are Swedish. And it's interesting because I'm Canadian and, I'm from Canada, so I know about how talented Sweden is, in sports, music, and film and everything. Something people don't realize, I don't think, about Sweden, however, is you're a small country population-wise.
Yes.
People don't realize that. So what's that like, seeing a lot of talented from music and from sports kind of come from such a small country? It's pretty cool to think about.
It's really fun. And I mean, like, because I guess like ice hockey is big in Canada as well. So so that is something that is really big in Sweden as well. And the music scene, it's like, I think that it like inspires each other, because when you see someone from Sweden, oh, it's possible to go there, and like it inspires, I think, to one another.
No, for sure. And it's interesting too, because I listen to music, like the genres I listen to, it's all over the place. Like I like rock, metal, I like pop, EDM, like everything, right? And there's a lot of good metal bands from Sweden, In Flames, Dark Tranquillity, and a lot of artists. Like I've talked to a lot of people from Sweden that are also like actors and everything, and they don't necessarily know about the Gothenburg metal scene, but it's very big and it's huge for a lot of people that listen to metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not really. I'm one of them, I guess, because I'm not really into.
Yeah.
I guess I missed out on a lot of those.
Do you know about it though? Like, have you ever heard of In Flames and Dark Tranquillity?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Flames, I heard.
Yeah. In Flames. It's really awesome. When people listen to your music, you obviously hope they enjoy it. They listen to it on repeat. What are you hoping specifically they get out of listening to your music? Like, what are you hoping they get out of it? That they dance, they have a good time? Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I know. Like, I love to listen, in my headphones when I'm like walking, just like getting that vibe and that feeling, like thinking of a song of mine, maybe giving some other person like that energy and that happiness, or like that a little bit of, walking in a music video feeling like that. That is really awesome to do, I think.
Absolutely. No, for sure. You've released some really cool collaborations, some really cool songs in the last couple of months. There's a lot going on for ILY right now. What's it been like when you kind of release these songs and get the amazing reception globally that you're getting right now?
It's a little bit unreal, actually, because you make these songs and I make them in my little studio, and you live your life, and like that is the cool thing with music. Like it travels, and sometimes it grows and sometimes it just slips away, and like, so it's just, for me it's a little bit of a almost of a release feeling to finally put these songs out, because I've been like waiting to share them. So a little bit unreal.
Yeah, no, it's really cool as well. I mean, most of your songs kind of have the dance kind of upbeat feel to them. Is it have you ever thought though about kind of experimenting sometimes, and there might be some songs that might come out from ILY that are going to be maybe a little bit different, or a little bit kind of as an experiment for you, that are maybe not as upbeat? Is that something you thought of, or are you kind of, do you want to just keep it kind of up tempo all the time?
No, I think there will be some a little bit different songs on this album I'm releasing.
Yes.
But I think every time I'm starting new projects and stuff like that, it actually ends up a little bit as you described it. So I think I'm pretty true to this genre in some ways.
Yeah, you're trying to go here, right? Like you're here and you're trying to go here, but you end up right back here, right?
Oh God, we're back. Okay, yeah. No, but it's like, and it's sometimes like you staying true to the sound.
Yep.
But that's what's so fun. But like I get to collaborate with different DJs or like producers. Then I feel more comfortable to just like maybe do something outside my little box.
Absolutely. How excited are you to finally get this record out?
Sorry?
This album that you're working on. Like, how exciting has that been, kind of working on it? It's going to come out eventually. What's that been like?
It's been really, really fun, of course. It's been like so fun to finally like put these songs into like a concept, like an album, and it's the first time I release something that big. Yep. So I've been a lot of releasing singles and collabs, and now this is really like this is something that I've been so excited to do for a long time, and now it's finally happening, and I'm so glad to be working with Sony Canada.
Yeah. That's what was that like too when you finally signed with Sony Canada? That must have been a crazy day. What was that? Can you tell us what was that like when it was finally announced and everything?
Yeah, it was so crazy to me because I mean I'm here in Sweden, and I had no idea that would be the case in the future. So no, it was really, really big. It was like as an indie artist that's been working many years in like creating stuff, and that is of course like a recognition and very exciting.
It's really interesting because you mentioned indie, and I always found that was interesting because indie comes from like independent, do-it-yourself and everything, but that genre of music is like one of the most popular genres. Like there are some indie rock bands like Arctic Monkeys, Vampire Weekend. These bands are playing stadiums, and it's like indie rock. You know what I mean? Independent, small. That's kind of funny, right?
Yeah, I know. And that is like, but it's such a, nowadays like big artists are indie and they stay indie. So, but it's like when I started, that was like not usual at all, and especially not that usual to get signed eventually.
Yep. Absolutely. So. No, it's very true. You talked about your collaborations. That's something I really enjoy about your music so far, of what we've kind of seen on Spotify. There's the album coming, but we see there's some singles that you put out. There's some collaborations and everything. Collaborations are really fun. What is your favorite thing about doing collaborations, ILY?
I love getting like that, because it can sometimes be a little bit lonely being like a songwriter or an artist, and you get that like group feeling. Your teamwork, your teammates, your co-workers. So I really love to like, and it's so cool to connect. I worked with people from England, the Netherlands, Canada, and we never met. We work like this, and it makes the world really small in some ways, and that's so cool.
It does. And it's funny because I've asked the collab question to a lot of people, and I'm not gonna ask you it, but like I asked, like, how do they come to be? Like, how does the collaborations happen? Because you think, maybe like the record labels got together, the managers, put them together. A lot of them just like connected on Instagram. Hey, do you want to do a song together? Sure. Like it's a very easy thing.
It's like, definitely, like you say, like, oh my God, it's gonna be so hard, and how do you get in touch and stuff like that, and then it's just like, it's it's so easy nowadays with social media because you can just ask and sometimes someone will answer.
Absolutely. Your music's available on all kind of streaming platforms. You know, they could check it out everywhere, but specifically Spotify is a game changer because people are really enjoying streaming pop and EDM music right now. And, you know, if you look at your Spotify, you know, you have thousands of listeners on a monthly basis all over the world, which is insane too. What's that like, kind of realizing that, you know, that's a lot of people on a monthly basis listening to you, but all over the world as well. Like, that's pretty cool. Have you ever as the record label, the manager, your managers or your agents looked at kind of like the numbers? Like, do you guys realize like that's a global thing? It's pretty cool to see.
It's really cool. And that it makes it unreal as well, because it's just like you see it in this platform and you get a little like hint of and that's actually someone is listening and you get so happy.
Absolutely. ILY, I want to thank you so much for coming on Popternative. I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
So,
great energy.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. So the music that's out now, the singles, they can listen to where they listen to, right? But there is a record that will be out eventually.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Can you plug away? Where can people follow you on social media? When could they maybe expect the album? Like, do you have plug away?
All right, so you can follow me on ILY Official Music on Instagram, and I will release a couple of more songs during this spring.
Perfect.
That will end up to this album. So keep watching.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is ILY and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.